Hey guys, it's your boy Skitty. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. So, I'm out here in the garage again, chilling. After today's festivities, I'm actually kind of liking being out here to record my videos. It's kind of a chill vibe. Kind of gets me out of the house, gets me away from everything and everybody. Just kind of relax and focus on my thoughts and kind of how my day went. Not every video is going to be like this, I'm sure, but for the most part, I'm enjoying this for the moment. Today went pretty good. Ended up making it to group today. Haven't really felt sick, so that's definitely a bonus. Once I made it to group, I had my neurofeedback session. Ended up watching some Avatar again, and there was a part in the show that made me feel really good, and it was the part where Katara was having trouble with her water bending powers, and Jet ended up telling her to focus on the sunrise, and that kind of hit me pretty hard because before my wife passed away, we shared a sunrise together, and it was a beautiful sunrise. It was like neon pink, and I just remember it was ultra gorgeous, and I just got this overwhelming feeling that everything was going too good, that something bad was going to happen. But I remember my wife telling me, take a picture, and I told her I didn't have to. And I asked her, you know why? She said, why? I told her, because I took a picture in my heart. And I still remember that day. I still remember that feeling. And every once in a while, I travel back through the negativity of losing my wife and my brother-in-law. But after hearing those words today, it definitely helped me out. You know, kind of to, focus on the sunrise. Be grateful that I'm still here. I'm still alive, still have breath in my lungs. Things could definitely be worse, for sure. After that, I had an appointment with my therapist. It was really good talking with her. Definitely felt kind of like a crazy person though, because trying to explain to someone that, I'm extremely clairvoyant and empathetic to the point to where drugs and alcohol have kind of dulled that out a little bit. And to a certain degree, it felt like a good thing. Having stuff happen that I've seen happen before in my visions and dreams kind of trips me out, especially when it's years later and doesn't compute. And I actually had something that happened to me that really tripped me out. I didn't clock it right off the bat, but over the weekend I was sick. It all kind of came together and I thought about it, and it was really creepy. But at the same time, it was kind of cool because kind of felt like God was letting me know that I'm on the right path. I'm in the right direction. Like, this is all destined. Call it fate, call it what you will. Like, I have nothing to worry about. That everything's going according as planned, regardless of what and how I think. Which it's comforting to a certain degree, but it still trips me out. It's still very creepy. It's hard to adjust to just because I've had it happen so many times. You know, with drugs and alcohol, it was kind of a release. Kind of stopped me from having that happen, you know. But I know that I shouldn't be hiding or not acknowledging my gifts of the spirit. And yeah, so kind of felt good getting that off my chest. But yeah, what had happened, for more explanation, is we actually had a meeting, and after my wife and brother-in-law passed away and I was all trying to kill myself, trying to smoke and drink myself to death, I ended up having a vision that I was in a classroom setting. I didn't know where, I didn't know with who, and we were singing, and it gave me and even the song was the same, which really trips me out. But I remember being inspired to follow my passions in singing. And when we had that group, it brought a lot of joy to me. But yeah, after that happened, it was just, I don't know, I didn't realize it at that point in time. But after I was sick over the weekend, it ended up, like, I ended up clocking it, like it all came back to me. And so that kind of creeped me out a little bit, for sure. But it did give me a sense of peace that, you know, I'm in the right direction. For a little bit more context anyway. But after that, we ended up having a group, and the group was pretty chill. We ended up, you know, going around and, you know, sharing our thoughts on certain things. And like, we were bringing up statements, just random statements, and who we thought that individual would fit in. And strangely enough, one of the ones that stood out is who would make a good comedian, and some of the guys chose me. And I think a lot of that revolves around me, you know, just working on rigorous honesty and saying some really off the wall wild shit. I have a tendency to do that sometimes. It's gotten me in trouble on more than one occasion, because I went through a good period of my life where I became a pathological liar. And a lot of that stemmed from my relationship with my dad, you know, and my addictions. Because I'd steal his pot, I'd take his liquor, and he'd ask me if I'd take it, and I'd say no, and I'd get punished. And he'd always tell me, you know, you're going to be worse off on your punishment unless you tell me the truth. Then I won't go so hard on you. And I tested it out one time, and my punishment was still the same. So I started taking advantage of that, because my dad was kind of a scary, intimidating guy. And so I figured that if I lied to him, I would just be pushing out the inevitable. And sometimes I'd get away with it, but sometimes I wouldn't. And he'd still punish me the same. You know, there's really no leniency when I was honest about things. So I did that for a good while, and I found out the hard way through certain encounters in my life that pathological lying started to catch up with me. I started lying about some of the stupidest things, and just hiding my feelings from people and telling them what they wanted to hear instead of just being brutally honest. And it ended up eventually blowing up in my face on more than one occasion. I ended up hurting some people that I really cared about. And so I told myself from that time on that I wouldn't lie anymore. I'd just be straightforward and honest about things as opposed to hiding the truth. And now that gets me in trouble even to this day, because I'll say some really off the wall shit, but I'd rather definitely kill somebody with the truth than, fluff them up with lies, because eventually the truth will come out anyway. So that was a good part of group today, just, hearing that people, think that I'm funny. I guess I can be sometimes. I have my moments. But that was very heartfelt and warming. Made me feel good. That some people actually realize my personality and get me. But after that, ended up chilling for a bit. We had another group after that. And during that group, we ended up having a session we played a game where we were split into groups, and it was kind of like taboo. You could say every other word except for the word that we had to have our team figure out. And we started off with some pretty crazy initial words, and call it bathroom humor, call it what you will, but a lot of them revolved around like toilets and porta potties and plungers and stuff like that. It was kind of a trip, but then it got harder, because we started using recovery related words. But all in all, it was a good group. It was fun. A lot of the guys got a good giggle out of it. And during the first group, we ended up singing a song together. And during the last group, that was fun. Like, that intrigued me a lot. I've always thought about learning how to read music and kind of figured it out a little bit, but not much. Kind of got just basic ideas on how to read music. But this time around, we did Lean on Me, and I was so confused. It was so confusing. Like, I know the song and can sing along with it pretty well, but just the way that it was structured and the way that we had it done felt very confusing and awkward. So it kind of left me in a weird spot, but it was still fun nonetheless. Afterward, ended up coming home, ended up having our house meeting. That went pretty good. And things went pretty smooth. Probably going to be calling it a night here soon. Got to wake up early. Got work tomorrow. That's what you want to call it. It's work through my recovery center. And it's an option available through the program if you're currently unemployed, which I am. But definitely like the option, but got to get up early to make sure that I catch the bus and get a good night's sleep. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for stopping by, and stay blessed.